right. Welcome back, Chiefs. Here I come. Hey, welcome back to One Kingdom, One Truth, where we study biblical principles of the Bible, where we're raising chiefs and we're getting you from mama's house to being a manager with biblical principles. Been making a couple of videos today, so a little harsh, but I'll work on that. Today, we're just going to do a real quick short. I'm trying to keep this under 5 minutes, but then when I started writing, I was like, this needs to be a whole episode, dude. So we might just briefly go into it, then we'll go on a little bit more. This is the ideal that I had, right? So God gives us vision and ideals, and then we take our ideals and make them into thoughts. So this is an ideal that I had, and if you don't agree with the thought, let me know an ideal you had, and I'll tell you if I agree with the thoughts or not, right? So all of my information I try to get straight from the Bible, but I always tell you to go read the Bible so you get the truth, not my truth. You don't want my truth, you want the truth, so that you know how to connect, contribute, and connect, create, and contribute to everything and everyone around you. Okay? So I had this thought, or this idea that any product that you need or think you need in life that doesn't come with an owner's manual is just an experiment. You're just experimenting. And it has no real value, only perceived value. Now, this is not absolute, but think about this for a minute, right? If you go get a car, it comes with a manual, right? A car has value, right? That's why they make you sign for it. If you go get a job, it comes with a manual. The job has value. That's why they make you sign for it. If you buy an airplane comes with a manual. Most of us won't buy an airplane, but if you did, it's going to come with the manual. If you fly an airplane, a house, when you buy your house, it comes with a manual. That's why they make you sign for it. Credit comes with a manual. That's why they make you sign for it. For anything in your life on these things that come with the manual, right? So you understand that. So each one of these has a source. Well, what about you? What's your manual? What's your manual? How do we know how to operate you properly so we don't step on your toes or hurt your feelings? A lot of us want us to operate them properly, but don't give us a manual to operate off of. So if you're you, and I don't know what manual you're operating off of your product, then of course I could offend you. I could call you a Chrysler when I didn't know your manual was that you were a Ford, right? And then you're mad at me. I'm like, well, you just look like a man or a woman. I don't know. So you came with the manual, and all the good stuff is in that manual. Lifetime guaranteed. Talked about that. Everything you need to know about life, love, purpose, all of that stuff is in your manual already. Just like if I bought an iPad. Everything I need to know about this iPad was in the manual, right? I only use a little bit of this iPad. Probably only use about 10% of its capacity, like most of us do. Probably only use about 10% of the Bible, like most of us do. So I can only, in reality, expect to get so much out of it. So if you're not reading the Bible and getting more about the manual of who you are, or whatever your source manual is. Most people in America used to operate under a source manual of the Bible. So if you're going to operate under a different manual, then you have to understand that most people may not know what that manual is. So don't get all disrupted. Just help other people understand what manual you operate under, because most of us are operating under this manual here, right? And we're signing for it with our life. Okay, with our eternity. Now, we go over here. None of these things that you have to sign for, they're just experiments. Food, it's just an experiment. You pay for it. It's just an experiment. You might like it, I might not. Clothing, everything you wear is just an experiment. It's just you putting it on, going out and experiment and see what people like. I'm wearing this shirt today because I'm experimenting. How do you guys like this color on? It's just an experiment. If everybody right back and go, not really your coat, bro. Green? No. Then I probably wouldn't wear another green shirt. But it's an experiment. You can experiment as well. Liquor, an experiment. You don't know what you're going to get when you drink. It's an experiment. You hope, but you really don't know. That's why you're apologizing. Pot, you never really know what you're going to get on pot. You can be high somewhere, and next thing you know, you're thinking about aliens and taking, TV shows, movies. You never really know what you're going to get. Right? There's no true value in it because you never really know. Social media, TikTok, I'm not picking on them either. Okay? Understand that you never really know what you're going to get because The only value in it is perceived. There's no real value in either one of these. You can let them go out of your life and they don't mean anything. They don't even come with a manual. None of these come with a manual. The things that are important are going to come with the manual. Imagine if your doctor never looked at a doctor's manual, never looked at a medical manual at all, never ever looked at it, didn't even look at it. Does he have any real value to you? No. You'd be like, come on, bro, you about to work on my head. Don't you? Tell me what books you read, right? What are you accredited by, right? So when I'm talking to you, I'm just telling you the book. This is what I'm accredited by. This is my manual. This is my life manual. I hope you have a life manual. If you don't have a life manual, get the life manual. Because ultimately, every life manual is going to lead you back to the life manual. They are. Ultimately, it's just going to take you on the road or take you down the street or something. It's just going to take you right back to the life manual. Now, if you want to stop before you get there, you can. You're totally welcome. But I guarantee you, any manual that you're operating under takes you back to the manual. It depends on where you want to stop at. But if you want to keep going, you can keep going. Okay? And then in that manual, it's going to give you some other tool sets that we talked about to help you get along with life and do a lot better. So I hope this short helped and that you start looking and experimenting life with value. So other thing is things that has no real or perceived value to them or anything, they're not even going to appear in the Bible. They're not, because they're just here for a little time. The Bible don't talk about TV, social media. It does talk about a house, right? It does talk about transportation. It does talk about people. It does talk about credit too. The Bible talks about credit. That's why it tells you to get your own job. Because you don't want to use credit. It's not a good thing unless you master it. Okay? So all of those things are in the book. Each one of those things that are in the book will lead you back to the book. And I hope that makes sense. Peace out, my chiefs and my trees.